Aviation does not forgive mistakes or hesitation, but sometimes fate is decided in fractions of a second, and it can be simply fantastic luck or a fatal set of circumstances. You are watching the Eternity Lab channel, the laboratory of eternally relevant content.
Eternity Lab.
An exhilarating encounter in the airspace with a vertical separation of only 300 meters between altitudes is almost madness. How do you think these shots were filmed? Correct, the camera operator had to fly in a plane performing the same maneuver in parallel.
Gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you look to the right side of your aircraft, you will notice Flight 198 challenging us to a race. I've turned the fasten seatbelt sign back on because shit is about to get real.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you look to the right, you will see that our neighbor is challenging us to a race. Are you ready? That is the perfect phrase to make everyone fasten their seatbelts instantly. The pilot of this light aircraft is experiencing incredible sensations from the flight. Are you envious? I certainly am. Watching this flight might make your head spin. Yes, it is. An epic flight under a bridge over the Danube in Budapest. Helicopters are invaluable when no other means of transport can handle moving animals in mountainous terrain. For example, in the Swiss Alps, they have been used for many years to airlift sick and injured cows from remote mountain pastures. The main thing is to make sure the animal is securely fastened and cannot escape or fall from a height. And then you can have fun watching the flying alpine cows. This propeller plane not only calmly lands on a narrow gravel strip in the middle of a field, but also manages to turn around on it.
Holy
This light aircraft was forced to land in a wheat field. The pilot had navigation issues and decided not to push his luck. Although conditions were not ideal, the landing went surprisingly softly and gently. It even looks romantic.
Holy
The firefighting tanker plane DC-10 is battling a forest fire in California. In just 8 seconds, it can drop water over a stretch of more than 1.5 kilometers. One of the main advantages of firefighting helicopters is that they can draw water from any source, and in that case, size does not matter. However, the smaller the source, the more skill the pilot needs. In this video, the helicopter draws water from a specially designed pool to fight a forest fire in the mountainous region of Italy. The helicopter is drawing water into an external bucket. It will head off to extinguish the fire. incident in Austria where the pilot misjudged distances can serve as a classic example of errors for trainee cadets. During landing, the main rotor of the helicopter shattered a corner of the airport terminal. Fortunately, neither the pilot nor the witnesses were harmed. This is probably the last thing you expect to see on your way to work, when a helicopter basically takes your lane on the highway. Admit it, the driver did not have complete faith in the pilot who raced over the highway. It is great when someone big takes you under their wing, but for the pilot, it means performing a difficult stunt that requires enormous concentration and skill. I am sure you have never seen a plane fly so close and so low, right overhead. This is a beautiful way to create a test for the pilot.
Go!
We do not know what this was or why they needed such a staged stunt, but it looks impressively scary. When your peaceful fishing on a quiet river is disturbed by a military helicopter, you might as well pack up. The fish will be spooked for a week. A sudden fighter jet air show shook the air at the beach. Vacationers got a free spectacle and a bit of a thrill. The airport on the Greek island of Kos is an ideal place for both tourists and aviation enthusiasts to watch planes take off up close. You just have to remember that when the engine goes into afterburner, you might get blown right into the sea along with your camera. Oh my god, or oh darn, it is unclear which exclamation is more fitting, but it was exactly that. Gustav III Airport, located on the coast of the Caribbean island of St. Barthélemy, also known as Saint Jean Airport, is one of the most challenging for pilots. It features an extremely steep approach from the hillside. The runways are at a right angle to the ocean, with one end leading straight to the beach. Convenient for tourists, though. For those who do not believe in a gentle water landing, during the annual air show in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the pilot of a seaplane attempted a rough touchdown. Due to high waves on the lake, it really does not look ideal. Stunning footage, seeing a huge craft slide along the water surface and soar upward. It is the same kind of feeling you get watching a swan take off from the water. It is unclear what miracle makes it possible. The Japanese amphibious aircraft Shinmeiwa US-2, valued at $156 million, lands on water. It is designed for search and rescue operations and is equipped with the latest medical facilities. We can see that for Japan, human life safety is paramount. pilots learn how to go around again as a mandatory routine maneuver, but when strong winds cause serious problems during landing, you have to use it in real life rather than just on a simulator. Some people specifically go to the airport fence to watch takeoffs and landings, while for others it is just work. Fighters are called MiG for a reason. You might not catch sight of them, only hear them. Agree, that view is more interesting than any movie. The MiG-31, classified as Foxhound, is a two-seat supersonic long-range interceptor. These aircraft conduct drills at extreme altitudes above 20,000 meters in the stratosphere. Here, the air density decreases hundreds of times compared to sea level, and there is almost no water vapor. The F-35 Lightning II is a family of 5th-generation multi-role fighters. These stealth aircraft can fly faster than the speed of sound without needing afterburners. And here's a gathering of those very aviation enthusiasts who came to watch a free but loud and spectacular show. Refueling in midair is one of the most challenging and critical operations in aviation, usually performed only by military and military transport aircraft. In this video, the Il-78 Midas tanker refuels 2 fighters simultaneously using a hose with a drogue. The maneuver is carried out at an altitude of more than 4,000 meters at speeds of up to 700 kilometers per hour. Aligning with the fueling hose requires incredible precision and perfect synchronization between the pilots. The docking is the main moment of aerial refueling. An excellent vestibular workout. How do you like the green field over your head? Exceptional pilot skills can take your breath away. At the International Festival in Slovakia, Airbus A319 pilots perform amazingly synchronized maneuvers at low altitude.
That's the closest I've seen.
pilot from Malaysia Airlines demonstrates the Airbus A380 Majestic model. It is the largest passenger plane in the world. With its double-deck design and a length of 73 meters, it can carry up to 850 passengers and fly non-stop up to 15,000 kilometers.
This one and
Patrola Aguilas. The Eagle Patrol is the Spanish Air Force group that performs advanced formation aerobatics using 7 Casa C-101 Aviojet trainer aircraft. Can you imagine such a perfect synchronization? One of the most spectacular air shows in the world is regularly held by the Swiss Air Force at a training range in the Alps, which is located at an altitude of 2,250 meters above sea level. The highlight of the event is demonstration flights featuring American Northrop F-5 Freedom Fighter jets. Sky artistry is a wonder of the highest aerobatics. We not only appreciate the colorful smoke and formations, but also realize how much more difficult the trick is for the 7th and 8th aircraft. They have to maintain the rhythm and trajectory of loops. A breathtaking sight. The US Navy's Blue Angels aerobatic team performs incredible aerial stunts over the scenic Lake Michigan.
Wow.
I swear the smoke is red, white, and blue. Did you see that?
Sorta, yeah.
The Martin Mars is perhaps one of the most unusual transport vehicles. It is a 4-engine flying boat or flying dreadnought developed in 1943 for the US Navy. Let us watch the epic flight of this veteran with an escort. The wingspan of the seaplane is 61 meters. People love to come up with unthinkable stunts, and pilots love to carry them out. Parking a plane on top of a moving vehicle? Do not try this at home or even in your thoughts. Few sounds can match the powerful roar produced by the heavy Chinook and Apache helicopters as they take off. Hold on to your hats. Boeing CH-47 Chinook helicopters have such an imposing structure that their mere presence becomes a real show. In this video, we are watching a helicopter from the Royal Air Force of the United Kingdom. This is the American military tiltrotor Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey, capable of vertical takeoff. Each rotor is 11.6 meters in diameter, powered by engines producing more than 6,000 horsepower. It is no surprise that the landing of this machine caused a real hurricane and upheaval in a New York park.
For a nice quick stop.
This U.S. Navy mine countermeasure helicopter is the Sikorsky MH-53E, known as the Sea Dragon. Watch how it performs a 75-degree bank angle and hovers quickly in place. Its controllability and maneuverability are incredible, given that it weighs about 15 tons. Landing on sandy airstrips and beaches is considered especially challenging, almost like landing on water, when there is no firm surface beneath the landing gear. The sandstorms kicked up by the rotors not only severely reduce visibility, but also pose a threat to the helicopter's engines and electronic systems. Perfect trick, a flawless trick performance by both the helicopter pilot and the passenger. Paratroopers land in open terrain. Depending on its configuration, this turbofan military transport aircraft can carry cargo weighing up to 60 tons or drop a parachute unit of 126 soldiers. And from below, it looks like this, reminiscent of scattering dandelion seeds. The Harrier II. OV-8B is a family of vertical short takeoff and landing attack aircraft, and now the pilot demonstrates impressive capabilities. The plane is equipped with vectoring nozzles that allow it to hover, take off, and land vertically with ease. An incredible video shot from onboard the Mark II Aurora spaceplane. Essentially, it is not just a plane, but a rocket plane. It is being developed by a New Zealand space transportation company with the goal of flights to an altitude of 100 kilometers for microgravity research. During this test, the unmanned aerial vehicle broke its own records, reaching a speed of 1,127 kilometers per hour and an altitude of more than 15,000 meters. Sometimes your hands are the best tool for the job. Even when working with a modern plane that weighs 24 tons, you can tow it into the hangar by hand too. That is all for today. This was the Eternity Lab channel on the laboratory of eternally relevant content. Subscribe and watch our previous episodes.